Hello, everyone. Welcome to English Podcast. Great to have you here today.
Hi there. Wonderful to have you listening. I'm Mike.
And I'm Sarah. We create these podcasts to help you practice real, everyday English.
That's right. If you enjoy this, please share it with anyone else learning English.
Today's topic is super practical. We're going to talk about transportation.
Yes, this is something everyone needs to discuss, especially when traveling or living in a new place.
Transportation means the ways we move from one place to another.
Cars, buses, trains, planes, bicycles, and more. We use transportation every single day.
So learning how to talk about it in English is really useful.
We'll teach you vocabulary, common expressions, and how to ask for directions or information.
Let's start with a simple question. Mike, how did you get here today?
I drove my car. The traffic was pretty bad this morning.
Oh no, how long did it take you?
Usually it takes 20 minutes, but today it took 40 minutes because of the traffic jam.
Traffic jam means when too many cars are on the road and everything moves slowly.
Exactly. What about you, Sarah? How did you get here?
I took the subway. It's faster than driving during rush hour.
Rush hour is the time when most people travel to or from work, usually early morning and late afternoon.
Right. The subway was crowded, but at least I didn't have to worry about parking.
That's a good point. Parking in the city can be really difficult and expensive.
So let's talk about all the different types of transportation and how to discuss them in English.
Let's start with the most common type of transportation, cars.
If you own a car, you can say, I have a car, or I drive a car.
To talk about using your car, you say, I'm driving, or I drove to work.
You can also say, I'm going by car, or I'll take my car.
What are some things people say about cars?
You might say, my car broke down, which means it stopped working.
Or I need to fill up my car with gas. Or I need to get petrol in British English.
I'm running low on gas means you don't have much fuel left.
If you don't own a car, you might say, I'm renting a car, or I rented a car for the trip.
At a rental place, you'd say, I'd like to rent a car for 3 days, or I need a rental car.
Now let's talk about taxis and ride-sharing services.
A taxi is a car with a professional driver that you pay to take you somewhere.
You can say, I took a taxi, or I'm calling a taxi, or I'm catching a cab.
Cab is another word for taxi. It's more casual.
How do you ask for a taxi?
You could say, can you call me a taxi, or where can I find a taxi?
At a hotel, you might say, can you help me get a taxi, please?
Now we have ride-sharing apps like Uber and Lyft.
You'd say, I'm ordering an Uber, or I'll get a Lyft.
Or, more generally, I'm calling a ride, or I'm requesting a ride.
When the driver arrives, they might text you, I'm here, or I'm outside.
Let's move on to public transportation. This is transportation available to everyone.
The most common types are buses, trains, and subways.
Let's start with buses. You can say, I take the bus, or I'm catching the bus.
Catching a bus means getting on it. I need to catch the number 42 bus.
You might ask, which bus goes to downtown? Or, does this bus go to the airport?
At a bus stop, you could ask, how often does the bus come? Or, when's the next bus?
The answer might be every 15 minutes, or the next one is at 3:30.
You pay a bus fare. You might say, how much is the bus fare? Or, the fare is $3.
Some cities have bus passes. I have a monthly bus pass, or I bought a weekly pass.
Now let's talk about trains. Are we talking about city trains or long-distance trains?
Good question. Let's cover both. City trains, or commuter trains, help people travel within a city.
You might say, I take the train to work every day, or I'm a train commuter.
Commuter means someone who travels regularly between home and work.
For long-distance trains, you might say, I'm taking the train to Boston, or I traveled by train.
At a train station, you'd ask, what time does the train to Chicago leave? Or which platform for the New York train?
Platform is where you wait for and board the train.
You might hear the train departs from platform 5 or board at platform 3.
What about subways or underground trains?
The subway is an underground train system in cities. In London, they call it the tube or the underground.
You'd say, I'm taking the subway, or let's go by subway.
I'll meet you at the subway station or get off at the next subway stop.
To ask for directions, you might say, how do I get to Times Square by subway? Or which subway line goes to the museum?
Now let's talk about air travel, flying in airplanes.
You'd say, I'm flying to Paris, or I'm taking a flight to London.
I have a flight tomorrow, or my flight leaves at 6 p.m.
At the airport, there's specific vocabulary you need to know.
First, you check in for your flight. I need to check in, or where's the check-in counter?
You might check bags. I'm checking one bag, or I only have carry-on luggage.
Carry-on is a bag you take on the plane with you.
Then you go through security. I need to go through security, or the security line is long.
After security, you wait at your gate. My flight boards at gate 23, or I'm waiting at the gate.
Boarding means getting on the plane. We're boarding now, or they're boarding first-class passengers first.
Once on the plane, you find your seat. I have a window seat, or I prefer the aisle seat.
The middle seat is between the window and aisle. Most people don't like the middle seat.
When the plane takes off, it leaves the ground. The plane is taking off, or will take off in 5 minutes.
When it lands, it arrives. The plane is landing, or we're landing soon.
What about bicycles?
Bicycles or bikes are very popular transportation, especially in cities.
You'd say, I ride my bike to work, or I'm cycling to the store.
I go everywhere by bike, or biking is my main transportation.
Some cities have bike-sharing programs. I'm using a shared bike, or I rented a city bike.
You might say, is there a bike lane? Bike lanes are special paths for bicycles.
What about motorcycles or scooters?
A motorcycle is a two-wheeled motor vehicle. I ride a motorcycle, or I'm a motorcyclist.
Scooters are smaller. I ride a scooter, or I'm taking my scooter.
Electric scooters are popular now. I'm renting an e-scooter, or I scooted here.
Let's talk about walking. That's transportation too.
Absolutely. I walked here, or I'm walking to the store.
I prefer walking when the weather is nice, or it's walking distance.
Walking distance means close enough to walk. The restaurant is within walking distance.
Now let's discuss talking about routes and directions.
When you need directions, how do you ask?
You could say, how do I get to the museum? Or what's the best way to get to downtown?
Can you tell me how to get to the train station or which way to the airport?
You might also ask, is it far from here? Or how long does it take to get there?
The answer might be, it's about 10 minutes by car or 20 minutes on foot.
When giving directions, you might say, take the bus number 10, or catch the subway going north.
Get off at the third stop or stay on until Main Street.
You could say, transfer at Central Station, which means change to a different train or bus.
You'll need to transfer to the Red Line or transfer to bus number 5.
For walking directions, you'd say, go straight for 2 blocks, or turn left at the traffic light.
Cross the street or it's on your right.
Let's talk about problems with transportation.
Sometimes things go wrong. Let's learn how to talk about problems.
If you miss your bus or train, you'd say, I missed my bus, or I missed the train.
You might ask, when's the next one? Or how long until the next train?
If transportation is late, you say, the bus is late, or the train is delayed.
Delayed means not on time. My flight is delayed by 2 hours.
If something is canceled, it's not happening at all. The flight was canceled, or they canceled the train.
You might complain by saying, this bus is always late, or the subway is so unreliable.
Unreliable means you can't depend on it.
If public transportation is too full, you'd say, the bus is packed, or the train is crowded.
Packed means completely full of people.
There's no room, or I couldn't get on because it was too crowded.
What about car problems?
You might say, I got a flat tire, or my tire is flat.
I ran out of gas, or the engine won't start.
My car won't start, or the battery is dead.
If you're in an accident, you'd say, I was in a car accident, or I had a fender bender.
A fender bender is a minor accident with little damage.
For traffic problems, you'd say, I'm stuck in traffic, or traffic is terrible today.
The highway is backed up means traffic is moving very slowly or stopped.
You might complain, it took me 2 hours because of traffic, or traffic was bumper to bumper.
Bumper to bumper means cars are so close together they're almost touching.
Now let's talk about costs and tickets.
Different types of transportation cost different amounts. For buses and subways, you pay a fare. How much is the fare? Or the fare is $2.50.
You might buy tickets. Where can I buy a ticket? Or I need a ticket to Boston.
Some places use cards or passes. I have a transit card, or I'm using my Metro card.
You might need to top up or reload your card. I need to add money to my card.
For trains, you might buy different types of tickets. I'd like a round-trip ticket, meaning you want to go and come back.
Round trip or return ticket in British English. A one-way ticket means you're only going, not returning.
You might choose your class, first class or economy class or standard class.
First class is more expensive but more comfortable.
For flights, you'd ask about how much a ticket is. How much is a ticket to Miami? Or what's the cheapest flight to New York?
You might say, I'm looking for a direct flight, which means no stops.
A connecting flight, or flight with a layover, means you stop in another city.
I have a layover in Chicago, or my flight connects through Denver.
For taxis or ride shares, you might ask how much to the airport, or what's the fare to downtown?
The driver might say, about $20, or 15 to 20 minutes depending on traffic.
You can also say, how much do I owe you when you arrive?
Let's discuss some expressions about transportation preferences.
When talking about how you usually travel, you'd say, I usually take the bus, or I normally drive.
I prefer the subway because it's faster, or I like walking when I can.
You might say, I'm not a fan of flying, or I love taking the train.
I avoid driving in the city, or I never take taxis because they're too expensive.
You could explain, I take the bus to save money, or I drive because I have kids.
Public transportation is more convenient for me, or I need my car for work.
What about discussing someone's commute?
Commute means your regular journey to work. My commute is 30 minutes.
You might say, I have a long commute, or I have a short commute.
You might complain, my commute is exhausting, or I spend 2 hours commuting every day.
Or praise it. I have an easy commute, or my commute is stress-free.
Now let's do a vocabulary review.
We've covered so much. Let's review the key vocabulary.
For cars, drive, park, fill up with gas, rent a car, traffic jam.
For taxis, take a taxi, call a cab, ride sharing, order an Uber.
For buses, catch the bus, bus stop, bus fare, bus pass.
For trains, take the train, platform, commuter train, long-distance train.
For subways, subway station, subway line, the tube in London.
For flights, check-in, carry-on, gate, boarding, take off, and land.
For bikes, ride a bike, cycling, bike lane, bike sharing.
For directions, how do I get to transfer, get off at, turn left or right? For problems, delayed, canceled, crowded, packed, stuck in traffic.
For tickets, fare, round trip, one way, first class, economy.
For commuting, commute, commuter, rush hour.
These are essential words for talking about transportation.
Let's practice some real conversations.
Good idea. I'll pretend I'm asking for help at a train station.
Okay, go ahead.
Excuse me, how do I get to Washington, D.C. from here?
You'll need to take the Amtrak train. The ticket counter is over there.
How long does the journey take?
About 3 hours. Trains leave every hour.
Great. Is there a direct train or do I need to transfer?
There's a direct train. No transfers needed.
Perfect. How much is a one-way ticket?
A standard ticket is about $75. Would you like to book one?
Yes, please, for the next available train.
Excellent. Let's do another one, this time about getting around a city.
Okay, you start.
Excuse me, what's the best way to get to the art museum?
You can take the subway. It's the fastest way.
Which line should I take?
Take the blue line heading north. Get off at Museum Station.
How many stops is that?
About 5 stops. It takes around 15 minutes.
Is the museum close to the station?
Yes, it's right outside the station. You can't miss it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great visit.
Great conversation. One more about a taxi.
Sure, I'll be the passenger.
Taxi! Are you available?
Yes, hop in. Where to?
The airport, please. Terminal 2.
Sure thing. What time is your flight?
5 o'clock. Do you think we'll make it in time?
We should be fine. It's about 30 minutes, depending on traffic.
The traffic looks pretty heavy.
Yeah, rush hour, but we'll take the highway. That's usually faster.
Sounds good. Later. Here we are, Terminal 2. That'll be $45. Here's $50. Keep the change.
Thanks. Have a safe flight.
These conversations show how to talk about transportation naturally.
Let's summarize what we learned today.
We discussed many types of transportation. Cars, taxis, buses, trains, subways, planes, bicycles, motorcycles, and walking.
We learned vocabulary for each type and how to talk about using them.
We covered asking for and giving directions with expressions like, how do I get to, and transfer at.
We discussed common problems like delays, cancellations, traffic jams, and crowded transportation.
We learned about buying tickets, paying fares, and the difference between one-way and round trip.
We talked about commutes and transportation preferences.
We practiced real conversations at train stations, asking for directions, and taking taxis.
Transportation vocabulary is essential for daily life, especially when traveling.
Whether you're walking, driving, or flying, we hope you have smooth journeys.
We'll talk to you next time on English Podcast.
Safe travels, everyone.
Goodbye.